Hello guys, and welcome back again to Graphic World, and we're going to create an interesting intro using After Effects. So this is what we're going to create. Okay, so let's start. First, I assume that you know the tools of After Effects, so let's start. It's not for a beginner. This tutorial is not for a beginner. It's for intermediate level in After Effects. So let's start. Okay, so first of all, we're going to make a solid. Okay, so let's choose some color. I'm going to use this color here. Okay, now let's do the logo, the first logo you saw, and it's a little bit tricky to do that because there is more than one way to do it, but I will teach you my way. So first I will create, sorry, you have not to be selected this layer if you want to create a shape layer, not a mask. If you select this layer, you'll create a mask, but that's not what we want. So we're not selecting this layer, okay? And we're doing now a rectangle. It really doesn't matter the size, it's really on your taste, up to you. Now I'm going to go right click, transform, center point, then I'm going to center that to composition. Make sure it's on composition, not in selection. Okay, now let's go to stroke and make color. Definitely this is not the color that we need, but let's make it white from now, and we don't need a fill. Okay, now what we need is to duplicate this layer, duplicate it, and just put it underneath that and give it a fill and remove a stroke. So what this layer will do, it will act as a block for the layer here. Now remember, this is the block layer and this is the line logo. We can name it, press enter and you name it. Name it line logo. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to add, go to trim path, and with trim path I'm gonna start. Now there is something that you're going to face. If you play with the end here, you see we still have this one here. And now we're gonna get rid of that by going to offset that, like so, and play a bit this animation here, the start. And now if you play it, it will works with you. So you go to end, then we go shift, page up, page down I mean, and we move 10 frames, we create a key, and we create this animation here. I'm gonna set it into F9, which is easy ease, and I'm gonna go to the graph editor and make that animation interesting, because it's not interesting right now. Now if you play with the tangent, it's going to be easy ease and it's going to be interesting. Now I'm going to make it 2 seconds. Right now it will happen I think it's a little bit slow, like so. Yeah, much better. And now let's bring that block right over here and let's set the layer to inverted matte, like so. Okay, now I'm gonna bring those two layers here, the block and the line, press Ctrl Shift C, and you can create a pre-comp here. And where did I get this? From comp here, and going right over here. Okay. Pre-comp. I'm sorry. Control Shift C. Pre-comp that. Move all attributes. That's what we need. And let's name this upper logo line. Going to copy that. Then duplicate it. And let's see the magic now. If you go transform and you go flip vertically, the lower line, let's name it lower line. Well, let's put it lower. Sorry, let's put it lower here. But now it's happening at the same time, and that's not what we need. So we're gonna go to the lower line and just again go to transform and flip it horizontally. Now this is what we're going to get. Cool, huh? Now let's go to text and let's write logo caps logo animation. Okay. Now the text I'm gonna use for this is name Trebuchet. Yeah, I think it's Trebuchet MS. Yeah, I like this. And I'm gonna use a bold. Now let's scale it. So here. Now Control D and duplicate it. Go down here and name this next. Anything you want, just logo anim. Oh, that's not animation. Sorry. Come on, don't do this to me. Caps any. Sorry. Okay. Now the next text is going to be free. Template. Yeah. Just going to scale it to it will match the size. Okay. I'm going to duplicate it again. Put this down here and name it a long name like free after effect template. And now we scale it. Bam, like so. And put it right over here. Just make sure that it's a little bit tidy. Now let's give it a color. So let's bring it to something like this dark color. Okay. Let's start with this one here. I'm gonna attach the free template to the logo animation. Let's go to position. Okay, go right over here. Maybe 10 frames right now, and go down. So make it interesting, of course, as I showed you before. The longer it takes, the longer it's smooth. And for that one here, which is that one here, the free After Effects position, and right over here, I want to bring it right here, right over here. Let's see. Yeah, I'll make it late a little bit. Maybe we want to bring it back a little bit. See? Yeah. Still think that yeah, like so is good. Now let's add the blocker that I told you before. So this one here, let's add the first block down here. Oh, again, it's a mask. Let's bring this, bring it down right over here, duplicate it, put this one right over here. Okay, now this guy will have that side blocker here, and let's set it to inverted. And this logo animation. Oh, now what we're going to do for those, we're going to make pre-compose, and then I'm going to bring that blocker right up and make it alpha inverted. Now this is what we have. Now we can play. Let's see. Yeah. Now what I want to do here for the scale that you saw in the intro is we're going to pre-compose all those layers and name it logo without the background, of course, and just give it a scale. For my opinion, I use sometimes a linear scale without easy ease. I find it much interesting, stable for the eyes, like this. Okay, let's play again. Yeah, here at 4 the transition will happen. Okay, now let's bring image, put image. So let's drop it and let's transform, see if that fit quite nice, which is really good. That's good. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to create 2 transitions, one for the logo and one for the image. Then we'll go further with that. So let's create the transition for the logo, and what we want to do is we want to create a transition, empty transition here, and just let's go put it above the logo right over here. Go inside it, make a transparency to see what is really going on here, and let's start with a shape layer. This is the first here, and this one here will have a white color. Okay, then we'll duplicate it, bring it right over here, make it black, duplicate it, make it white, duplicate it again here. This one will be thicker, duplicate it, make it white, and yeah, that's it. Now let's go here and let's set this to, let's see here, definitely not this one, the logo. Set that to. Okay, that's what we need. So let's create the animation and the transition will happen right over here. So position, the start, right away. If you're going to see what is happening right here, let's say bring the eyes, and remember it's Luma inverted. And let's go right here, just go to here. Let's see now. Let's make it interesting animation. That's what I called. That's good. Okay, let's make it longer. Now let's set that into a inverted Luma. Now the purpose with that is this transition is not squared, so it's like slide here. So that's what really happening. Now we're going to use the same attributes here. This transition with the image, so it will blend together. Maybe you don't know what I mean now, but you will understand later. So let's go. Now let's bring the image. It will overcome the screen, I know that. But now, let's take the transition, duplicate it, put it above. And let's see the magic now. Let's put that into inverted. Luma. Like so. So you see how the transition is happening right over here. But now we have a problem. And that is the logo is showing from the other side, which is really a problem here. So how to fix this? So I discovered a way how to do this by going to transition. Any transition it will update, really any transition. Let's go inside that and press Ctrl K and go to the setting of the composition and make the width 4000 I mean, sorry. Press OK and you see last layer, the white, duplicate it and bring it back. Now don't worry about this, it will not be visible. I'll tell you why. Now this is how it's happening right now. Now because the transition keys is moving outside of the comp, we can attach shapes to it. So I'm gonna attach a shape here, which is going to be this shape here. Some solid to write on. I'm going to attach it to the composition. Now it will follow that, as you can see. But what we need to do now is we need to make the image moving slightly, so it will produce motion for the eyes after it stops, of course, because I like the motion here with stable, the transition. When it's stop here, I'm gonna go to the shutter and remember, always pre-comp, because you can use any image you want. So you can leave because we don't have animation, it's okay. And then you remove position of the image right over here. Now let's fix the motion right now. Actually I like it a bit, but I want to make this image moving until the end. So then I'll move the image. I didn't move the image, right? That's the transition. Okay, sorry. Let's bring that again. Continuous observer. Yeah, this is the image here. I'm going to set the key right over here and make the key interpolation to linear. And now we move the image just a little bit. Now this is the animation we get. Okay, if you set it to linear, it moves. I can bring it faster here, so the animation will come like so here. Well, it's moving, but it's very slow, so let's bring it there. Yeah, it's moving now. So right now we create the transition for the logo and for the image itself. Now let's create the other transition, which is really inside here. And in order to make this, I'm going to duplicate the this image. So Control D, duplicate it, put it at the top here, and bring the okay. Let's play with the scale. Bring it like so here. See how it's moving? Yeah. What we want to do, let's go to the last here and just bring this image right over here so we have the main event from the image. Okay. Next, I'm going to use that, let me show you, this right over here, this shape. So I'm going to duplicate it, put it at the top here, and make this no track, of course. Bring it, set it into alpha. Then I'm going to play with the opacity like so, or we can set it into a multiply. Okay, let's see now what we have. Yeah, here. But I want the animation for this particular one here to start early. Like so. And it will move until the text will come. Right now let's add that effect that you saw, and which is, let's add it on this solid here, and that effect will be a CC light sweep. Okay, CC light sweep. Yeah, let's bring that intensity, play a bit with the thickness here. So we have the rotation here. Let's rotate it. Bring it to the center here. Sweep intensity, and we have the edge intensity. Okay, edge intensity, and the width, like so. And let's bring it to some cool light. And you can do animation with that. So let's do animation. So go right over here. And we can do check. So we can, I guess, rotate that. You know what? I'm going to use another sweep light here. Like so. Increase the intensity. Bring some color here. Okay. Now let's add the text. Now for the text, I'm going to use scale it. We arrange a big event. Duplicate that. And let's go first here. We arrange. That's the main. And the rest are going to be deleted. And the other vice versa. Rearrange is going to be bigger. So we arrange is going to be with white color, I guess. Yeah, the other here. It's nice. Okay. Now for this one here, let me check what do we want to do here. Let's play a bit with the text. This one. Yeah, this one. I want to scale it much more. Big. And what we can do is we can duplicate it, bring another layer here. This one is the further layer here, and let's set that into some lighter color. No, I don't like it. Let's just delete it. Okay, big event. Now let's bring text. Bring the size. So, save it, of course. We'll save it later, of course. Now let's save it now. Transition 3. Now let's do the animation that you saw. Okay. That one here. Rearrange. Let's go to rearrange here. Right click, transform, create anchor point in the center. Also this one here. Transform anchor point. And go position. Now, like so here, and make that interesting animation. Going to do this a lot in my project. Okay. Now something that I would like to add here is I would like to 3D. Now I'll add an X rotation. So here's X rotation. Alright, over here. Rotate that to 360. Like that. Yeah. It's really up to you if you want to keep the text look like this, but in my tutorial here, it's smooth. I will make it coming right from this edge. And you know what? Let's make this coming right from here. This one will come right above here. And let's set that to invert it. Not this one, sorry. Set that to invert it. Okay. Position. Bring this one right at the back here. Now if you press U, you can view the keys that you created. Okay. Now you can add motion blur. And the next animation, it's really up to you how you're going to animate your text. I'm gonna make it pretty simple here. And let's go to big event. I'm going to create a position here. Also, I'm going to go to the Lorem Ipsum, create a position. So both this one and big event will have two keys right here. And I'll go backward 10 frames. Go down. Okay. I could make a blocker, but I want to make something else, which I'll play with the opacity. I'll show you now. It's very easy. To make so I'm gonna do both opacity and the keyframe, just for variety in animation. Let's go to T, press opacity, go like 5 frame, make it 0. This is how it looks. Also go to the big event here. And also make it, you can copy the opacity right here and just paste it right over here there. But now you have to bring it back so it will be visible before. So this is how the animation look like. I think I'm going to bring that a little bit so it will happen gradually. Yeah. Now I'm going to save. Let's see how the animation now looks like. Okay. See? Yeah. Now let's add the optical flare on Video Copilot. Let's just play a little bit with the flare. It's really cool to play with the flare. I'll show you now. To save. Control A. Now really you can, with this template you can change the text, you can change the picture, the image I mean. You can do whatever you want with this template. Creating. You can make circles, create interesting shapes with this technique. Now, right now let's bring adjustment layer, filter, optical flare. Set that into original and go to motion, and here we have this. Let's start from the beginning here. Here. Bring it to the equator, just to see in a fast way. And let's do this. Also you see that the logo stopped before, so we need to bring it smoothing. Now with the optical flare there's right over here. It's going to continue moving side, so again move, so see. Yeah, cool. Okay, so I think we finished the tutorial. I hope you learned something from this tutorial. If you really feel that this was helpful, please comment in my channel. Tell me what do you want me to do the next time, or animation. And I think we're going to do later a 3D animation. Get ready for that. It's Cinema 4D and After Effects. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel to support my channel. Thanks a lot. See ya.